We've had a quite a touching show today, Sian, and talking about the emotional side of things. So what really is the emotional intelligence and why is it important to have at this time?
Wow, well, let's just go straight to the grown-up big stuff, eh? Because that's exactly what it is. Okay, look, and everybody will explain this very different to you, but here's my take. You've got IQ, which is what we all understand, you know, who's got high IQ. They're the clever people. And then you've got EQ, which is emotional intelligence. So for me, EQ, the people who have EQ, it's all about self-awareness. How well do you know yourself? How well can you control your emotions? The fact is that as human beings, we use our emotional selves much more than we use our intelligent selves. We are constantly, every second of every day, filtering our emotional selves. So in the situation we all find ourselves, the people who are going to keep us safe and the people who are going to make us feel safe are the people who are emotionally intelligent. And we're all going to want some of those in our bubble, or at least within our reach and touch. Now, let's just fast forward to a point where everybody is asking themselves, I want to be emotionally intelligent. I want to keep myself safe, and I want to share that and be able to be a leader and keep everybody around themselves safe, okay? So the first step to self-awareness, which is the first step to emotional intelligence, is knowing how you think. And one of the things, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, that for the past 15 years, it's probably one of the most important things that I challenge myself with every day. I work on my emotional intelligence. Every day I find different ways to learn it and to stretch and learn that muscle. And the first thing I ever did, and I was told by a psychiatrist friend of mine to do it actually, what he said was, Sian, every day just take 5 to 10 minutes and start reflecting and pay attention on how you feel through the day. Because how we feel is the first place of learning, because it's those feelings which create the emotions and they feed them. What I'm asking, I mean, and I've said it before this week, try and find 5 to 10 minutes. Well, actually, I'm not even going to say try. I'm going to say prioritize and make a time when you have got 5 and 10 minutes and all you do is reflect on the day and you think, okay, how did I feel as I went through the day? Yeah, at the good times, the challenging times, the absolute horrific times. First of all, start identifying how things made you feel. Because once you do that, you can then start looking at solutions to keeping yourself safe and growing and learning. Am I making sense, or am I becoming too technical?
Are you making 100% sense, Sian?
It's self-awareness, because very few of us ever stop to think like that. I never did. For over 40 years of my life, I had very little emotional intelligence at all. I just listened to my own voice. I listened to what I affectionately call my gremlin. I think we all have a little gremlin inside who tells us what to think and how to behave. And we just do it. Every day we behave in exactly the same way, and we've got no idea what we're doing to other people by the way we behave and what we're doing to ourselves. But the diamond in all of this, and the bit that I will say over and over and over and over and over again, do not ever expect to change somebody else's behaviour or their emotional intelligence. You can't. I wish I could. If I could, I'd be a multi-gazillionaire. But none of us can.
In part, you have kind of covered this, but, why is it important at this time to show emotional intelligence?
Because you're going to have to manage incredibly challenging behaviour from yourself and from the other people around you in our bubble. There are times in my life when I have not liked my children. I've loved them. I can't think of a day or a moment when I've never loved them, but there are certainly times when I haven't liked them. And that can be said exactly the same for my husband, the people who are in my type bubble. I've always loved him, but at times I've not liked him. And we all need somewhere to go to. We need a set of behaviours and understanding of, well, how do I make this work? And it's our emotional selves that make those changes. But the first step is to know yourself. Yeah. So every day, Just take 5 to 10 minutes and don't look for solutions. Don't beat yourself up. All we're doing is learning to pay attention to how we feel rather than reacting. You asked me why. What happens when we're in small confinement with people who are all on our nerves? We start reacting. And that's when it becomes dangerous if we don't know why we're doing it and the consequences for both ourselves and the people around us.
If you are emotionally intelligent, you are recognizing more.
Yes, you're recognizing how you feel. Somebody has done something or said something that has made you angry, has made you sad, has made you absolutely lose your stuff. Yeah? What I'm asking you to do is to stop and look at, well, what is it? How am I feeling? What is it that I'm feeling? We'll get to what do I do with that afterwards. Yeah. But the first thing is to recognize that person or this situation is making me feel like this. So the first thing is to understand how am I feeling. Then we can start looking at tools and ways in which we can change how we do that.
Yeah.
But please, please, please remember, don't ever waste your energy thinking that you can change somebody else's behaviour, because you can't. Not your children, not your partners. Nobody's behaviour you can change. All you can change is your own. Everybody at home now, when there's a flashpoint of any kind, right, the first question you ask is, how are you feeling? Just tell me how you're feeling. And you're not going to take on board how they're feeling that it becomes your problem. What you're doing is you're helping them recognise how they're behaving. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if somebody responds and they go from 0 to 10 and they start raving and shouting, once they're calmly, you just stand there and you say, okay, just tell me how you're feeling. Not what you're thinking, how are you feeling? Because when you feel like that, this is how you behave. And I'm telling you, it may sound so simple, but none of us know how to do that unless somebody helps us, unless we start taking it on board. Yeah?
And unless you're asked the question as well, right?
Exactly. How are you feeling? So you can ask a 5-year-old, how are you feeling after they've raved and shouted or done whatever they've done? How are you feeling? Well, I'm feeling very angry because you said no. Okay. Well, that anger isn't appropriate here, yes? You use anger for a very different thing. You don't get angry because I'm telling you to eat your vegetables. And then you can use logic. I know I'm making it sound so simple because it takes a long time to do it. But the first question is you ask somebody, how do you feel? And if you want to make somebody feel safe, you listen to them.
Yeah.
And if you ask them, how do you feel? That's what we all want in the core of our heart. We want somebody to ask how we feel. We want somebody to recognise how we feel.
Acknowledgement, yeah.
Yeah. Especially with teenagers, okay? That's a quick one.
Yeah.
That's a quick win with teenagers. Tell me how you feel.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Sian.
guys.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Stay
Love
safe.
to everybody. Bye, darling.
Bye-bye.
Bye.